okay, if everything has gone according to plan, we should be live on YouTube, not on Twitch, because I gave up on that already. Welcome to Weekends of Avrona. There was no one yesterday because I was away at EGX/ComicCon/ whatever you want to call it now. You guys been to ComicCon before, right?
Yep.
A few.
Why is it so weird?
We ask the same question every year.
It's just such a, like, the amount, like, I get it, but at the same time, there's just so much creepy stuff happening there.
Yep.
And one of the saddest parts for me, personally, is just the fact that you've never been to EGX, neither of you, correct?
No, I did Insomnia there.
Yeah. Well, Insomnia's gone now, and you'd think with Insomnia being gone, more game companies would now go to EGX to make EGX bigger, but instead, EGX was just like a quarter of one of their halls at XL. If that. There was only one big game, and that was Star Wars Outlaws, which is already out. There was supposed to be Assassin's Creed Shadows, but that got delayed, so obviously that's not going there. And that's it. And then the rest of it was just Comic-Con. So I'm glad there was at least that Comic-Con stuff. Originally, I was kind of iffy about the whole collaboration because I just didn't care about Comic-Con, like, one bit. But I'm happy it was there, just because otherwise it would be just like, you know, one tiny, loathsome game and that's it, as that's the whole convention.
To be fair, it's kind of fun. Like, you go sometimes and you're just like, what the hell is going on? But at the same time, it's kind of entertaining. But you also get to meet people, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to meet people.
Yeah.
Go on, tell us what happened at Comic-Con.
Which one? I've been going for like 7 years.
Well, judging from the reaction, I assume you met someone you didn't want to.
It's just some people are weird, man. I remember one person who I'd never met before. He was dressed in a crop top and short shorts. I'd never met them before, and I wasn't even talking to them. And he just turned around to me and went, "Oh, when I crouched down there, I almost slipped out a bollock." And it's just like, did I need to know that? I don't know who you are.
I haven't had anything that weird yet.
The good thing is that I just don't talk to anyone at conventions and no one talks to me, so hey.
Well, that's because you're not in an outfit and you don't have the way people... don't get me wrong, 'cause when I'm in an outfit, people come up to me like, "Oh, can I have a photo?" I'm like, that's cool. The amount of furries that are kids is quite concerning. And with their parents, I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, some people, let's say, get into character.
Go on, tell them about it.
No.
I don't think he wants to elaborate. I was actually surprised how many cosplayers there are. It's like every other person. It's, I would say, almost half and half. It's actually insane. Like, you'd think it would be way less because the kind of people who usually like to cosplay and are into this kind of nerdy things are usually shy, introverted people who don't want to play dress up in public. But all of a sudden, no, it's like every other person.
I think it's more of the sense of they don't want to play dress up in public, but here's an event where everyone will be.
Yeah, so like they don't stand out as much.
Yeah,
I'd still never do it, but
I think also because there's like artist alleys and stuff like that. I know that some of them don't have it, but most of the ones that, like all the ones Jake and I have been to, there's like artist alleys, and then all of the ones where people just pull it off the internet. They take images off the internet and they just sell that, or AI images and stuff like that.
oh
But the
yeah,
artist
that was a
alleys
lot
are
of like
cool.
AI generated merch being sold.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, is there even money in that? Especially at a convention like this, where you have just like really good stuff, like hand drawn by actual artists with actual skill, next to just like AI generated slop. Who even like buys that? Kids. There it is. That's my answer. Just kids.
If you have such a wide range of products, one of them's going to start selling.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's more of those selling than you'd expect, but still, a decent amount of people won't support that kind of thing. So there's that.
My question is then, why didn't you go this time?
London. We go to the one in Birmingham.
Nah, makes sense.
Did you enjoy the amount of pop figure sellers that were there?
Oh yes, there was so many. There was some like, hoped that there would be some more games related stuff, but it was just mostly on the Comic-Con side rather than EGX side, but it was mostly just anime or like pop culture stuff as well.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few, for some reason, stands of alcohol. Like those actually.
Yeah, the mead.
We tried the mead, yeah.
There was some like really good mead there, I gotta say. As
there
much.
also a hot sauce stand?
There was what?
Was there also a hot sauce stand?
There was,
Are
yeah.
you-
They had some really good
left-
hot sauces.
You know, I bought some of that hot sauce, and I actually really liked it because it was like one of the spiciest sauces I owned. And then I left it behind in my old accommodation, and I was actually so mad about it. But it's fine because I have my mom's hot sauce now, so I've got something else that's spicier.
Yeah, as much as I don't like alcohol, the mead is actually pretty decent there, and especially I had the elderflower mead.
Oh, I'll tell you a story about that. I wanted the elderflower mead, but I accidentally got it confused for the elderberry mead, so I tried the elderberry mead and I did not like it. And I was like, I was like, but I love elderflower. Why does this taste so bad? And then I like double checked and I was like, oh, I had elderberry instead.
I mean, now that it's like combined with like EGX and Comic-Con together, like, would you go next year?
Not down to London. No, I'm not traveling that far.
I don't really know.
Yeah, but
what
it's like the
EGX
biggest
is.
one, right? Like, would you want to go just for the fact there's like more of everything, more variety, more everything?
I mean, to be fair, you mentioned how EGX was sort of slowing down. So's Comic-Con, to be fair. Like, before the pandemic, they would do 2 in Birmingham, 2 in Manchester. Not Manchester, London. I'm pretty sure they did stuff in Manchester as well, though. And then afterwards, we went down to 1 in Birmingham a year. There's still 2 in London because London is London. But the one we got was the smaller one. NovemberCon's always smaller than the one in March. And then something called MegaCon appeared and basically took up that Easter convention time. And if you've ever looked at MegaCon, it does not look right. When we first saw it, when it first did show, it looked like an off-brand ship shop type advertising campaign.
So like a knockoff Comic-Con, basically.
Yeah, it looked really bad. Like, if Google it, Google MegaCon, and just have a look at their graphics. And the first time we saw that, and it was just like the Instagram had like 10,000 followers, we were so confused. Like the mascot and stuff. I mean,
honestly, most conventions have been slowing down since the pandemic. You'd think that the pandemic being over and people wanting to get outside and do stuff again would solve things, but like, no. I think it was just permanent damage in a way, which is kind of sad, especially for stuff like EGX, and we saw other stuff as well go that way. I mean, E3, that's pretty much dead and buried ever since the pandemic, and that's just depressing.
I can't find a high resolution image, but if you have a look at what I just sent in Discord, like we saw that and was like, what? Like, and they get some really good like guests and stuff to go there.
That just looks like Pokemon.
It looks like a really off-brand Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, they couldn't even get any good guests at Comic-Con, or maybe at least people that I know. There was like literally only one person from the guest list I knew, and that was the actress that played what's her face in the Fallout show.
Do you know who we ran into in Comic-Con? Jake got a picture with him. I took the picture for them.
Who?
If you're about to say Tom Sky, he's well known to do every single convention.
Oh, okay. But there was also I think it's Cyrene. Let me double check.
I have no idea who that is.
No.
Oh, did they have the random K-pop pop-up there, where just randomly like some like kids dance groups will come and like sing K-pop songs? And...
I don't think so. At least I haven't heard it. No.
No.
But I just remembered another thing that I just saw, and my mind was just blown and there was a creators lounge. So I had the creators pass. I could go to the creators lounge upstairs. There was like a small balcony overlooking the railway station down underneath and stuff. And on the balcony, every couple of meters, there was just someone recording TikToks. Like every couple of meters on the balcony, it was just a cosplayer doing the dances for TikToks. Like,
Yeah, they also have.
I'm like just so old, I don't get it anymore.
I don't get it either because
Those
they also
things,
have,
those kind of
professional-
instances, just make me feel like I'm at least 70.
They
They
also have.
Yeah, they also have these areas where professional photographers will just go and they'll either be like, "Oh, let's do some photos" or whatever, and then they'll post them to the Instagram, or you pay them to take photos of you. And like in the NEC, they take up everything, and like for like you can't get around corridors. You want to go to different halls, and equally to that, there's people that sort of leave the con and sit in like the outside area. And they fall into like three groups. People just sat and eating. People stood there waiting for someone to take their photo because they only came to Comic-Con to get an ego boost. And the people that didn't pay for a ticket but still wanted to see all the cool people walking around taking photos. I remember one year I met this really nice woman who was in like a motorized wheelchair, and her and her kids would come there every single year just to like look at all the people in character and take photos and stuff. And I remember her telling me that one year she had to get pushed out of the snow by somebody dressed as Superman because her wheelchair got stuck.
Man, I'm just worried about conventions in general after all of that. Like, where is it even going to go from now? Like, someone please explain what's happening to me. The fact that things are just not recovering since the pandemic. Like, why?
Yeah, that just happened.
Because things went out of business, and I think because we got so used to not having stuff. I don't know. I think someone else explained this in some way where there was like a comment. Someone was like, "Why is everyone suddenly not like neurodivergent?" And someone responded with like, "No, it's not suddenly everyone's like that. It's just that because
It gets diagnosed more.
that, and also just because during the pandemic, I guess like people who are neurodivergent usually put up a front or like a mask, so that people can't really tell, so they seem like they're normal or something, you know. But then because of the pandemic, people weren't interacting with each other as much, so they just completely dropped that, and then just it's difficult to learn to do that again. Like, if that makes sense.
I'm looking through the guest list that was at MCM. One of them is the one streamer I'm subscribed to on Twitch, but there's another person here credited as a creator going on the creator stage who is known for playing Genshin Impact and Lego Fortnite, and that is listed on the special guest.
Wow, what a special guest. Could they really not get anyone else?
There's quite a lot of people from Baldur's Gate 3 here.
Makes sense, like it's a pretty big game. This is gonna be like the shortest show ever because we have like nothing else to talk about. It's been such a boring week that we're just talking about a convention most people don't even like care about.
Think about more like 2 weeks because we didn't do one last week, and so just in the past 2 weeks it means nothing's happened.
Yeah. Actually, why didn't we do that one last week? Oh yeah, because I was gone.
Because you were,
You weren't
it was your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's something that happened. I got older by a year. Yay.
Bro forgot.
I can feel my bones withering away as we speak. I can feel the cracking in my spine, at least more than usual. I can. Yeah. And you want to know the best part? Are we going again next week? So I have no idea.
No more Siege.
Yeah. Well, I'm only going for a couple of days, so.
Okay, we'll play CS while you're gone.
What the hell? Apparently they had a guest called Masami Kochi, and the photo of her looks AI generated. Like, let me look at her face, and that looks AI generated. She's not credited with anything, but she was there.
I see what you mean, yeah.
at life stage. And if I just searched her name into Google, and IMDb came up where someone with the same name or her, there's no photo on here, was the art director for 4 games called iToy Groove, iToy Play 2, iToy Play, and iPet, all with less than 7 stars, which were made in 2004.
Oh, those are for the iToy accessory for the PlayStation 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is the woman.
And she's supposed to be a special guest because she worked on the iToy games.
Her latest accreditation is something in Wonderbook Book of Spells, and she's just listed as a special thanks.
Okay, I'm sorry, but at this point, if there's the kind of people they're putting on the main page, at that point they may as well put me there.
Yeah, the live stage on Saturday.
Also, Alec, someone in the chat, Sarah Rex, has said that's a really good point. I'm not sure what they said that to, but they said that's a really good point. Maybe just our entire show is a really good point. Thank you so much. But they've also said happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I have a feeling that it could be referring to your tangent about neurodivergence post-pandemic.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now that I say it out loud, that's such a weirdly deep topic for our silly little internet show.
Okay, they've apparently they're listing their photographers as well, and who's this guy? He just looks happy to be there.
Oh man, okay. We do have some other stuff we can discuss to make this show slightly longer, so it's not completely wasting your guys' time. And that is that, guess what? Twitter has gotten worse again. Maybe, kind of. If I can just switch over.
Banned off the App Store.
It could be because of this change. They're changing the block button, however, at first I thought, okay, that's dumb. But then the second I thought about it a bit more, is it actually that bad? Because what it does is that people you've banned can now see your posts again. They could do that anyway. You can just open up a new tab, not being signed into Twitter, and you can see, or make an alt account, and you can see the post again. Like, that never stopped much. They still can't respond, reply, or message you, or anything. So, where's the big deal? Like, what's the problem here? I'm sorry. Am I again just too boomer to understand?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends what side of Twitter you're on, because even I don't use Twitter, but I've heard atrocious things about certain things that you can see on Twitter, and or I feel like if you blocked someone so that you couldn't see their posts, and then you suddenly see their posts again, you'd kind of...
Okay, yeah, true.
You know,
No.
yeah.
But
The one thing I don't like about Twitter is the fact that I'm not interested with Elon Musk's tweets about 20 times, and I still get at least one a day in my feed.
That's just because we all know he's pushing an algorithm to favor his own stuff. But like, shouldn't the not interested or like don't show me these tweets again options, or like even adjusting your interests be enough? Where you don't need to block something or someone?
It depends if people are harassing you, or like you just don't want to see Elon Musk slop on your page. But now you have to see Elon Musk stuff on your page, because even if you blocked him, he's coming back.
Yeah, I like to imagine he just woke up one day and realized he's the most blocked person on his own platform. He turns to his engineers like, guys, can you fix this, please? Thanks.
Yeah. Jay, all his changes are like what? He was liking really weird stuff. Oh, likes are private now. People are blocking him too much. Oh, you can still see my tweets. From like, he's such a man baby. I'm sorry. And
He hit puberty at 40. What do you expect?
yeah, and random fact. Do you guys remember when he? Do you guys remember when he was faking a Twitter account, pretending to be his 3-year-old son?
I read something about it. I just saw something about it. Yeah.
And
I
he
don't
would
remember.
comment under NSFW posts like, "Is this how a baby's made?" I don't understand how people look at that and go, "Oh, I need to take advice from this man."
It's they're just happy to have a billionaire who aligns with what they mostly like, so they allow him to get away with just so much because they just
What, like Cat Girls on Mars?
yeah.
I
Oh,
remember that.
Okay, there's a lot of people across the political aisle who probably agree with that and want that to happen. You know, I'm certain there's plenty of people on the left who'd love to have cat goals. I mean, and speaking of, just the fact that this change was done like 2 weeks before election in America, that's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting for it to get banned off the App Store because, in case you didn't know, the App Stores like Google, Play Store, they require you to have a blocking feature that actually blocks people, and that's written in their terms of service. So if Twitter continues to be like, we want to be different on that, they're going to get banned again. They've already banned themselves in Brazil over.
Oh yeah, they're back in Brazil. They caved. They blocked their accounts. They worked with the Brazilian courts, and yeah, they gave in, and they're back in Brazil. Back to like the 300 million people that live there. If they do get banned on like the App Store or the Play Store, they can either just go along with it and make use of the brand new legislation where people like Google, Samsung, Apple, they have to allow for third-party app stores because of the whole, stuff Epic have been pushing a lot with like the Fortnite app store and whatnot. Yeah. So they can make advantage of that and make their own X app store. That's definitely something Elon would do, let's be honest. Just the X store, and then you just have Twitter just for that.
You're going, there'll be cryptocurrencies, there'll be NFTs down the side, there's like 30 pop-ups come up on your screen. Buy X Premium! Buy X Premium!
Yeah, but let's be honest, before it comes to that, they will probably cave in because they can't lose out on the biggest app stores in the world.
Yeah, I'm waiting for all Tesla owners for their cars to suddenly stop and then a message comes up saying, you haven't downloaded Twitter. It makes you download it to start the car again. That's very something Musk would do.
The future looks so much fun.
You know, some people had problems where raccoons were breaking into their Cybertrucks because they were mistaking them for the big like rubbish dumpsters.
Everything about the Cybertrucks was so funny. You remember the was it a baseball bat to the windows? Like, windows.
It was just a ball. It was just like I think it was like a solid. Granted, if I remember correctly, it was like a solid metal ball. Which that is a lot of force. That is a lot for a piece of glass to handle. But like, still, if they still advertise it as being, completely unbreakable, then that happens, yeah.
Can you imagine what the dude was thinking on stage when that happened? Like, going through his head, like, I'm getting fired, like... And then also the thing where the boots of the car or the trunk, if you're American, would come down with so much force that it could break your fingers and stuff. So they had to get that fixed with a software update.
Actually, here's something we can talk about. There was a brand new Tesla event. Since we're talking so much about Tesla stuff, have you seen any of the new stuff that they recently did at a recent event?
No.
Oh, okay. I need to. Okay. Here's a very simple explanation, like a very simple page of what went down. I really want to hear what you guys think about some of this stuff because, yeah, all of this happened when I was away. So they announced a couple of new things. They had a big event. Obviously, Elon tries to remind you, right, that all of his companies are separate, but when you go on a Tesla website, the video playback, the embedded video, it isn't from YouTube or anything, it's just continue watching on X. But anyway, so they announced a couple of things. They showed off the Tesla bot again.
That looks so awful.
There was actually so many conversations about if it was actually running off of an AI, if it was fully autonomous, or if there was someone basically just steering it in the back room somewhere. And there were people who actually thought it was just so good that it didn't require any like person, that it was actually just fully automated, fully AI doing everything. Or can you just stay on one image, please, website? Just don't skip images. Just stay on that for a second because we can focus on this dumb thing. So, I don't really think this will be a real product. It's cool, don't get me wrong, just the actual robotics of it are cool, but it's not becoming a real product. If it is, it's going to cost like 50 grand, if not more.
Elon Musk saw that one Sun article that said people will be having sex with robots by 2025 or whatever, and he's rushing to get it done.
He has 2 months, or less than that.
All of the memes I've seen about the Tesla bot so far are like, I don't remember. I think it's like Men in Black. That scene where I don't know what happened. Either they probably like shot the bot. Or
I think you're
punched
thinking about the other Will Smith movie there.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a reference to it on this page. You go to the top of the page, it says "We Robot."
Yeah. Apparently, the makers of that movie are suing Tesla for copyright infringement on the design, like trademark infringement, or whatever, on the design of the robots.
It's just white and black, bro.
That I'd say it's a bit of a stretch. If that copyright, if that lawsuit is real or not, I have no idea. But it is a bit of a stretch. But they did show it off. One thing that kind of confused me about the reaction to it. So during the show, they had it be a bartender and pour guest drinks, and I saw this whole debate on Twitter about who on earth would want a robot bartender. Is that inherently something you'd want to have a human do because it's more personal and it's something you like socialize with? I'd be fine with a robot bartender, but I don't go to bars, so I need your opinions on this. Like, is a robot bartender something humanity and people who actually do socialize with people want?
Could you hack it and have it spike someone's drink?
Do you
Probably.
think if I ordered a double shot at Weatherspoons, they'd actually give me one for once?
Do they normally not give you?
They water down the drinks like crazy.
Well, yeah, because it's dirt cheap anyway, so you actually get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I feel like anything with a robot like this, people need to think. Currently, we don't really have humanoid robots in normal jobs. So why on earth would you finally get the technology and make it to a bartender? Like, and out of all things you could use robots for, what is it like? Do that, and like, I'm not getting myself these really fancy drinks. If I'm like feeling fancy, I'll do a rum and coke. I don't need to buy a robot for that.
Well, I don't think people will be buying this for personal use. It will be bars buying them to man the bars instead of just people. Unless you're mega rich and you just have a mini bar at home, you would want to be manned by one of these robots.
It's going to be so expensive to get that robot, though. That first of all, what bar is willing to splurge that amount of cash just to replace one of their staff members? And then
In Silicon Valley, probably.
After how many years is that finally going to pay itself off with the no wages?
I think just the no wages is not going to be like, it is obviously going to go into the calculations a bit, and there's of course maintenance of it and stuff like that, but I think especially early on it's just going to be the publicity it gives you.
Gimmick.
Yeah, like you are the bar that has a robot serve you drinks. Just imagine all the people rushing in to want to see that. Like, that is what's going to pay for it. Not the
Really?
fact you'd have to pay a person. It's not going to pay the whole thing off, but it's going to be a huge publicity thing for the actual bar.
It's gonna be like free labor, but like the second update of it.
I feel like it's like I can imagine it's going to be really temperamental when it starts, like most things do. Most things are temperamental, but if it's an AI robot thing, good luck.
It's gonna need charging as well.
Yeah,
I really
it's
want to
so
see
bad.
how it's going to deal with like a drunk customer, you know?
It's like, hang on, our bartender just needs to charge right
The
now.
charging if the charging point isn't up the ass, it's not worth it.
He just charges by drinking something, you know? Keeps
He's
himself
got
going with
electrolytes.
rum.
It's got electrolytes, guys. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, man. But I would actually want to see how it handles a customer that had just one too many rum and cokes, you know? One too many shots of something. Like, what is going to do then? In a way, a bartender is just someone who has to handle a bunch of way too drunk people. Like, how good would it be at that? Anyway.
As someone
It just
who's
forces water down your throat.
as someone who's worked at a bar before, I don't know. Depends where you are. If you're in a rough area, you need like tough people. Maybe a robot would work, but it'd be absolutely punched in the face. Come on, you know someone would. But like, I used to work in a bar, and people say weird stuff to you, man. Weird stuff. So maybe we do need robots.
I would probably want to go to I'd feel more comfortable going to a bar if there was like a robot bartender. But that's just because I'm socially inept. So. Anyway, then they had the other stuff, starting with this thing right there. If the images on this website could stop switching, that'd be fantastic. We had the Robovan, also known as a bus. It is literally just a bus, right? But it has less spaces than a bus. Also, can we please find something? Okay, yeah, there it is. It looks like this. It is literally just a bus. I'm gonna quickly mute the thing.
Looks like
Yell about transportation systems for genuinely years. It's not needed. It's not needed.
It looks cool, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty futuristic, but it is just a bus, but with less seating spaces. And then everyone just claims it's the best thing ever. I wonder how much of it is just the fact that Americans are so bad at public transport that the idea of a bus, but just make it look cool, is blowing their little American minds.
you know those.
Oh, sorry, go on.
You know those like Jake, what was it? That one meme. Hello boss.
Yeah. Aluminum.
That bus
Like
looks
it.
like one of those like unit houses.
Yeah, right. The thing with this though, if it's a bus, it needs to have a pre-designated route. In which case, like, why are you making it so small? Because the only reason you'd want to make something small is to save money, because it would need to go to multiple places, custom places. If it's on a predetermined route, people will use it more. But it'll take a higher quantity of people. Like, think taxis versus buses.
Maybe they'll stack them together, like they chain them up or something.
Get a bus. Where we live, right? There's a current initiative, and this is how this feels to me. There's a current initiative for something called a very light rail system. Very light rail is the stupidest thing ever, right? It is it's an electric capsule that moves on small embedded rails into tarmac on a predetermined route. It doesn't charge via pantograph. It has to go into a station and recharge.
So
on a
like
predetermined
trams,
route,
but dumber.
stopping- Yeah, like a trans but dumber. What's another name for that? Oh yeah, an electric bus. Something that moves on a predetermined route, is electric, charges elsewhere. It's the exact same, but the guys got, it's a very light rail system. It's going to be cool, guys. The bus is better because it can move differently, and it's not like, oh, but it's getting a separate road. It's not. It's going on the normal road. So, like, what problem does this solve? Is it being a bus or is it being a taxi? Like,
The problem it solves is that it looks cool and futuristic, and it's all electric, like most buses nowadays. No one makes combustion engine buses anymore, like any combustion public transport, apart from planes, but that's it.
the day I see a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, I am going to drink out of that exhaust pipe just because I can.
I'm just looking forward to the days where we move over to hydrogen. It's coming. It's gonna be cool.
Cam's probably thinking, what on earth are they on about drinking from the fuel?
Yeah.
Cam, the byproduct of a hydrogen fuel cell is
It's gonna be water, I know, yeah. But even I know basic chemistry. But
Just checking. We're just checking.
side note, I've just stabbed myself underneath my nail with one of my rings. But
Do
Sarah
that.
Sarix again has said, so they confirmed it was about neurodivergence during the pandemic, but they also said they've been enjoying everything else. And then they also said that, so back to the Twitter blocking function, they said you really have to block some of these super toxic people on Twitter to make it usable. Plus, blocking is a mandatory. So what you guys are saying on the App Store, you have to have that feature.
And another thing, ever since the takeover, blocking has just become a kind of a weapon because it decreases your standing with the Twitter algorithm. They changed And because the algorithm has become a lot more open source, you can go into and see how it works. So basically, the more people block you, the less your tweets get recommended as well. So it just become a weapon. Like, oh, if you don't like someone, then just block them, and like that's gonna decrease.
But sometimes it's very much needed.
Sometimes yes, but it can also very much be misused. It's just another form of cancel culture, and with all things cancel culture, so sure, there's plenty of times where it's very much good and necessary, but there's also a lot of times where it very much isn't, and it's just giving out a whole new weapon of choice.
And I feel between the people on Twitter, like the average person on Twitter is, I'm just it's a Trump supporter that has no idea of how the world actually works, and like what prays to an image of him every morning. Like, you're with me there? Yeah, and like with some of the shit they say, like the block feed. Where was I going with this? I had something in my head. I was like, I'm going to go with this, and then oh yeah, some of the stuff they say needs to be blocked. It's just like, even if it downvotes them in the Twitter algorithm or whatever, it's just like, yeah, but they needed to go, type thing. Because me, when I spread misinformation on the internet, can also be oh, this idiot actually believes it now and is doing harmful stuff with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take what was it called? Remember the riots during the summer?
That is a perfect example of that. If you don't know what happened, there was a stabbing in Southport in the UK, and then Tommy Robinson, the absolute idiot, asshole person, was like, oh, hey guys, he's a Muslim, a refugee or whatever. And whilst his parents were, he wasn't. He was a full British citizen. So that caused riots up and down the country of people going and attacking asylum seekers and refugees, and encouraging them to kill. And it was like a mad, 3 weeks here.
Yeah, Jake was like,
gone.
don't go outside.
I was actually gone for the whole time. It was during that month when I spent the whole time in Poland, and I just watched the fireworks, literally, because there's a lot of fireworks involved, lots of people shooting fireworks in the streets. I just watched the fireworks from far away, and I was so happy for once I wasn't there to see all of that.
Cam didn't know it was happening.
Yeah, sorry.
And she was in Birmingham at the time.
And I'm an immigrant, so Jake was like, Cams, don't go outside.
I was like, don't go here at certain times.
Well, I'd say you pass. Like, if I just saw you on the street,
people can't really tell.
Yeah, but again, the type of people that were doing it were very much voted Reform UK in the last election, and they couldn't tell the difference, man. There's one video of this woman with 2 teeth, and I think that my favourite caption ever was in that image was, she could bite into a curly whirly and not get a single piece of chocolate. You know what I mean?
Greatest caption ever.
It was so
None
good.
of the Americans or anyone else watching who have any idea what we're talking about, because they don't know what a curly whirly is. You're missing out, by the way. It's one of the actual good foods you can get here in the UK. Anyway,
it was my favorite one as a kid.
We got carried away so much with some of the Tesla stuff. I didn't even talk about some of the other stuff in this article, because there's another big change happening over on Twitter. So Twitter have their own AI thingy called Grok, great name, and they made a change where all of the stuff you'd post on Twitter would get automatically fed for training to Grok. It was opt out, so it was ticked on your profile by default, and you have to go there and opt out yourself. And I and many others campaigned and spread awareness about it for weeks, talking about why people should just opt out. Now you can't even opt out. Like, everything you post on Twitter gets instantly fed into the AI training model.
You know, Instagram did something similar.
Did they? I haven't seen if Instagram. You can't opt out. Just everything on Instagram goes straight into AI.
No. I don't know if it's the same situation anymore.
My god, I remember that.
Yeah, back when it first started, it was just there was, you know how they implemented you have to label if something's AI on Instagram, and they also did the thing where it was we're gonna feed everything into some kind of AI training bot. You can opt out if you want, but we're not you have to apply to opt out, but it's like really hidden. Like you have to press so many steps and stuff like that. And you also, it depends on the laws on AI in your country, so you might not even get granted an opt out.
Okay, yeah, that's also bad. I had no idea how that's happening on Instagram because I pretty much don't use Instagram. However, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'd probably trust Zuckerberg more with using my content for AI than Musk.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing is, people were posting about it, and they were like posting on their stories. I can't remember to what degree it was, but they were just like, "I do not consent for anything I post to be used." I can't remember with his AI, but some of the people were just like to be used by the police and stuff, and it's just like, no, you can't do that. That's not a thing you can do.
Yes, the police can't use any of my things I post against me. Like that's how the law works. If they can.
On my story, and it's just like, no.
Yes, if I post a picture of me murdering someone, then the police
Oh,
cannot.
no, but you
then
can't- you can't
the
use it 'cause
police
it's
cannot
consent.
use it as evidence against me.
Yeah, it's just like 2 years ago I put this on my story. Checkmate.
Anyway, so because of all of this, so many people have been moving over to this new thing called BlueSky, which, by the way, I just found out today was actually made by the former Twitter CEO. And
Oh.
so he basically made another Twitter after he left the actual Twitter, and people are just flooding in now because of all of these changes, which I like there's some pressure, but let's be honest, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to all of a sudden become the new Twitter.
Yeah, I feel like the people who are causing all of these problems, like the one you guys were talking about, where blocking is suddenly not blocking, if that makes sense. I feel like all the people who are causing that kind of issue in the first place, that they need to be blocked, there's so many of them that it doesn't really matter. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to move.
Do you remember it happened with Threads a while ago? And Instagram is still pushing Threads, guys.
Yeah.
And the interface, I'm not gonna lie, the interface on Threads is so awful. I hate it so much.
I keep getting notifications, and it's like I turned my notifications on Instagram off, and I still get these notifications where it's like, "Oh, your friend is on Threads," and then I literally ask them, "Dude, it keeps telling me you're on Threads," and they're like, "No, I have not got an account. I've not installed it, anything," and it's just like, Instagram's lying.
But the thing is, with the Thread stuff, this feels different with the BlueSky. BlueSky was a thing back then, and more people were joining Threads because it was like a well-known thing. It's like, it's by Instagram, guys. Join it. But Instagram sort of has their own monopoly with Facebook and Instagram and their compatibility, which my mum still does not understand, that if she presses the tick box, it posts to both. But with the BlueSky, it genuinely does feel like a lot of people are going there, and it's half of it isn't, oh yeah, we're gonna go here and leave Twitter forever. What I see from my feed is people are creating accounts as reservations, waiting for the day when Twitter is no longer usable, so that they have an immediate backup.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just claim my username on there just in case something happens. But let's be honest, it won't. It's just gonna stay because like no one wants to migrate over.
I feel like Elon Musk is very much testing the waters with how much his influence and how much he can push things. I mean, it happened with Brazil, and I think a whole team of lawyers and all the heads of marketing probably ran into his house at the same time and went, "Holy shit, dude, you need to back off on this one." And I feel like he's doing that again, and he's going to have the exact same thing, except it's going to be most of the Twitter employees being like, "Dude, we've just lost all our income, bro. Like, you got to get us back on the App Store. You got to let us put blocking in." It seems like he's very much testing the waters. Like when there's a kid who's like, "What can I get away with in my house?" type thing.
Would you guys switch over to BlueSky? Let us know in the live chat and maybe leave a super chat while you're there. Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
You're subtle.
Yeah.
Is my name still highlighted from that? What, did I get an emote or something?
I mean, you are mod and stuff, so.
Yeah, but I can't use your emote.
Wait, what's a super?
It's like Twitch sending money.
Yeah, super chat is
Oh.
so like you pay for a message and like helps a lot. It helps the channel
Do
grow,
you-
helps us go to CS.
Do you regret paying for a super chat after what happened yesterday
What happened just?
What happened yesterday?
with the Uber?
It was 99p. It was 2 months ago.
Oh wait, oh I thought you put £5 or something.
No, I sent like a super sticker or something.
Is that when you left a super chat in like a couple of live streams ago?
Yeah. Cam's referencing the Uber where I went on the Domino's app and Domino's was like, "Are you at this restaurant?" I went, "Yeah, I'm at that restaurant." And it's tech, so it's relevant. And I went into the restaurant and they didn't have my order. So like, can I check the booking? So I showed them the booking. He went, "You've ordered it to the store that's in the south." What? So Domino's had taken my location, which was across the road from one of their branches, and went, "Ah, he'll want to order to this one." Why would it was like 2 miles away, and we were walking. So I got up on Google Maps. It's just like, yeah, it's a 40-minute walk from where you currently are. Like, oh my god, the pizza had been done for 5 minutes at this point. So I literally had to get an Uber, £7 in an Uber to go to this other Domino's pizza.
It costs more than the pizza.
The pizza was an offer, so it would have been like £25 for this pizza, but I had a discount code, so I got it. So it's still, it was under the price of the pizza, and that's how I justified it. But
I mean, you could have always walked, right? I mean, do they reheat it if you don't show up for long enough?
it's Domino's; they don't give a shit. They might do, but they do the conveyor belt ovens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you put it in one end and it goes, "Ee," sort of like when you're toasting bread at a holiday place. I love that thing.
I mean, to be fair, Jake likes eating his pizza like cold and frozen, but it was
not frozen. Cold
okay.
pizza.
But you like cold pizza that's been left out on your table for the whole day. But
in
yes.
the box.
But my point is, it was because it was like 8 p.m. freezing cold, and both of us were wearing the thinnest hoodies ever.
And then we had to walk back down where there had been a machete attack recently because we got this pizza on offer.
Yeah.
I love how off the rails this show goes.
Oh, it's Tech Talk. Domino's, step up your game. And they also...
Well, you should check your location settings.
It's not... My location settings are fine. I was running Pikmin Bloom the entire time. They also have this really weird... I don't know, interface bot.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that little like chat, not chat bot, but just that little bot avatar that like, oh, your pizza's being cooked, or your pizza's being like quality checked, or your pizza's on the way.
Yeah, and it's so annoying. You order a pizza and you go to check the tracking, and you're like, okay, I want to know what stage of my pizza it's in. And he gives you a tutorial.
You can skip the tutorial.
I know, but why do I need a tutorial for a bot to tell me, yeah, go collect it, mate? I'm like, that's something that doesn't need to be like over-teched, surely. Like even a little progress bar. I would take a Windows loading thing that your mouse turns into. What's that called again? It's got a really horrible name.
Just like a loading.
Yeah, it's got a horrible name that the internet found out recently.
What, like the loading circle? Does have? I don't know if it has a name, and that's my job to kind of know this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a throbber.
Fair enough.
Awful name.
You say about that stuff being over-teched, but it's only gonna get worse because you know full well Domino's is gonna make it like a full AI experience you can talk to about the state of your pizza.
Can we stop talking about Domino's? I'm so hungry.
I mean,
Order Domino's then.
No, because it would be 20-something pounds this time. We had an offer.
It's like, do you remember
Students have an offer all the time.
Yeah, do you remember that one person trying to order from pizza or something, and it kept recommending her like cheese sticks, and there was like hundreds of recommendations. She just wanted to get to her order. You genuinely do have to go through that when ordering on the app. It's just like, would you like these dips? No, I don't want those dips. Would you like some breadsticks or some garlic bread? No, I don't want that. Just show me the order. And then it goes to the bot that's just like, hi, like, it's a wonderful day, isn't it? We'll be cooking your pizza soon, but first, would you like to answer all these marketing emails.
And
Just tell me.
it's only only gonna get worse because it's gonna be turned into full AI stuff. I've seen something, even Amazon. I tried buying something on Amazon recently, and they have this whole AI chatbot there as well. You can talk to and to do literally everything. Every user interface is being turned into an AI chatbot now.
I want it to stay where it's just like in the bottom right of your screen when you're on a shopping website. There was just like, click to talk in a live chat. And it comes to with predetermined things, and they never have once. You need to talk to a person they don't know, and then you just leave the website. That is the type of conversation and stuff I want. I don't want to be told I have to order breadsticks to unlock my next topping or something.
Zero says BlueSky is definitely a smaller audience than Twitter, and they are still adding features and developing the experience, but in some ways it's refreshing compared to what Twitter has become under Musk. Yeah, definitely. It has a base. It's not a complete wasteland. And like something like Threads, where sure companies do post on Threads, and there are some people who probably go on Threads, but there's at least some base there. It's not completely dead just yet, and it's refreshing to see a Twitter-esque platform that actually works. But I just don't see it being a replacement. I think it's just one of those resistance movements against the current trajectory of the website that's just gonna go nowhere like they always do. And yes, I also kind of want pizza now, even though it's almost 9 p.m. I think we're going to be wrapping up the show here. I said it's going to be a short show. It has not been a short show. How long has it been? Do I have a timer somewhere? 52 minutes. I'd say that's a pretty good length. We should have like a pizza party show in the future.
Oh, that would be great.
It was a very good pizza.
It was.
It's Domino's. Of course they're going to have good pizza. Domino's is what taught me to actually eat pizza. Like, I did not like pizza for the longest time until we had a pizza party at school and had Domino's. And like, oh, that's pretty good.
You know,
I know why it set that.
why?
My university postcode is my location.
Blah, blah.
So it went to the one. That's not even the one closest to the university though, but I'm guessing the postcode sort of goes more towards that. Okay.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We probably won't have a show next week. We'll see. I have no idea because I will be somewhere. I'll be going to Warsaw because yeah, that's gonna be fun. Warsaw is such a fun and exciting city, and I don't secretly. Okay, people who don't know but who aren't from Poland, there is a bit of a rivalry going on between people in Warsaw and everyone who is in Warsaw, thinking everyone in Warsaw is just stuck up and egotistical. I think that's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, I have no idea what next week will look like. After that though, things should return to normal. As always, if you have any other ideas for shows and stuff we can do in the future, I want it to be more than just topics though. Like just covering news stuff, that's fun, that's fine, but I want to do more ones like the one we did with the Wii U a while back. Remember that? When you just played Wii U games and we talked about, like, we did a post-mortem basically for the Wii U. Like, that was good. We need to do more like this.
I mean, I guess it depends if we come visit you.
Yeah, the next time you're here, we should definitely do like something. And we order pizza. Next time you're here, we order pizza for the live stream. And because we'll be doing it while live streaming, I'll be able to count it as a business expense.
Yay. You know what else we should be doing?
What?
We should do a live stream of us making pizza.
We're not doing a cooking stream.
No, it would be funny. You did a cooking stream before.
When did I ever do a cooking stream?
You cooked a pancake on your CPU or something.
That's not a cooking stream. That was a video, but it's also just an experiment video.
Yeah, but it still kind of counts as a cooking video, you know?
It's the closest I ever did to cooking on the channel. Yeah.
You should make a second channel for cooking.
I actually want to do cooking-esque videos, but that'll probably go more on a Avrona channel because neither of you play Anno 1800, right? Well, anyway, in Anno 1800, there's a bunch of these different like recipes you can make. There's like these different like dishes, like desserts, cocktails. I want to basically recreate the dishes from Anno 1800 using the exact ingredients in real life. that could be a really awesome stream, especially with the cocktails, because some of the cocktail recipes they have in it are pretty weird. There's one that literally has whale oil as one of the ingredients. Obviously, we can't do that one because you can't buy whale oil. Getting whale oil is kind of illegal, so we probably won't be doing that cocktail unless I get in touch with one of my contacts regarding that to source some of it. But there's some others we could do, or we could just replace it with cod liver oil.
We should, if that's the case, we should do it like what do you call it? Why have I forgotten?
Yes.
Oh, we should all choose a game that we play that has recipes. So like for example, Jake's been playing a lot of Poly recently and they've got recipes.
I'm not doing those recipes, man.
And Genshin's got some really cute recipes as well that I've always wanted to cook. So
please someone in chat tell me they also play Anno 1800 so I don't sound crazy. There is an actual drink with whale oil in it.
No, I know Sea of Thieves has their alcohol recipe out there. It actually sounds kind of nice. Lime juice.
The grog?
Yeah, lime juice, brown sugar, dark rum.
Okay, that doesn't sound, because the way it looks in the game is a bit questionable. You know
Of
what I mean?
course. 1 ounce lime juice, 1 ounce brown sugar, 1 ounce dark rum, 4 ounces water.
Okay, so you guys are much better at alcohol-related stuff than me.
Says the Polish.
Even though I'm Polish, well, I don't drink. That's the thing. So let me know if these actually sound good. Okay, I have the recipes for Anno 1800 stuff. So one of them has sugar, rum, and plantains.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound?
Where's the alcohol?
I said rum.
Oh, rum.
Yeah, it says 2 pots sugar to 2 pots rum to 2 pots plantains.
Okay, I don't know. There's going to be someone on the screen who's saying plantains are bananas, but they're close. No, I don't like banana drinks.
No, actually, Sarah
What are
is
you
saying.
doing to your camera on the screen?
Sorry, it's because it's not focused on my face, so I just.
Why are you mewing?
Mewing. It's a strand of my hair.
Wrong tab. Give me a second.
You look like Michael Jackson.
My hair! It's my hair in the way. No. Shut up. So Sarah said that Genshin food would be delicious, and they are on the same page as me. They are not a hater. They are big slave, and then unlike you, because you're such a hater.
What enough just happened to my OBS? Why am I seeing everything twice? No.
They also said that a pizza making party
There we
would
go.
be really fun, so I agree with them on that one.
Okay, so here's the drink. So there's the sugar, rum, and plantain. The next one, coffee, rum, and schnapps. That would hit hard.
Yo, what is happening to your stream?
I fixed it now. We're not seeing double anymore. I can only stand one of you each. Okay, I don't need another copy of both of you. Okay, so coffee, rum, and schnapps. I have a feeling that would be pretty strong, right?
Schnapps is just really sweet. I used to drink that, but I don't think I could drink it anymore.
And you
because
make
it's
fun of the stuff I drink when you used to drink schnapps. I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean you make fun of the stuff you drink? You don't drink.
Well, no,
Well, no,
whenever
it
I
was
brought up, the things, whenever I do, the things I do like are stuff like mead or gin or like egg, like avocado, which is like an egg-based thing. You always just make fun of me for those.
Well, no, because I drank Malibu
Cam,
milk and it actually tastes really yum.
You have nowhere to stand in alcohol, considering the other day you said, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. Rosé isn't wine."
Is it not?
It is wine.
Oh, okay.
You're
Okay.
like, "No, it's not wine, guys. It's not."
But
Next
it's different.
one. It's just a type of wine. Even I know that, and I don't drink. Okay, next one. Sugar, champagne, and citruses. That's
Ooh.
pretty
Champagne's
good.
expensive.
Yeah, they can get some pretty cheap
Where
ones.
you get it for cheap, Cam?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the final one, whale oil, grapes, and cinnamon.
There's no alcohol.
I just realized there's no alcohol. I would assume that it would be rum. That just sounds like the best that would
The
make the most
best thing
sense.
to compliment whale oil.
Yeah,
Why
because
is
this
it
is
called
supposed to be.
glog?
It's called glug because it's supposed to be this like Scandinavian thing, and you drink it to keep warm in Arctic conditions. So you'd
Okay.
imagine it would actually be either something like rum or wine in a kind of mulled wine situation going on.
I think they named it after how it sounds to drink it.
Oh, and yeah, and then there's the other DLC one, and there's a sunrise, hibiscus, rum, and spices.
It's spices. We won't tell you
What's
what.
sunrise?
It's when the sun comes up.
So you just like mix the drink together and then just leave it on your windowsill or something?
That's just the name of the drink. You could probably leave it. Maybe it's part of the ritual for making it. You know, you offer it to the sunrise gods. I don't know.
It's like a witch making yourself some moon water by leaving a bowl of water under the full moon. And they do that.
I know people who would do that. So
Yeah.
You do.
yeah, I unironically know people who would actually do that.
It's
Okay.
like, "Oh, guys, the cocktail will be ready. I know you want to drink it now, but that will be a sunset cocktail. We gotta wait for sunrise. Trust me, guys, it's better."
I mean, I remember when we literally drank something with them a while back. They had these special candles that were like wish-making candles. They had to light before we drank anything.
You should have taken a sip before they got there just to you know.
And then the final one, it's just absinthe. It's just herbs, sugar, and schnapps together. That's the final one. So yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool stream if we just make these cocktails, cook some other stuff from Anno, and just make some stuff from other games. I've been wanting to do more content on the Avrona World channel, especially now that Soka's game monetized. I think that could actually be some pretty cool videos, some pretty cool streams. So yeah, definitely subscribe to the Avrona World channel. They're bringing it perfectly back to self-promotion. Subscribe to the Avrona World channel if you want to see videos like this of us drinking, again, probably not whale oil. Would probably use something like cod liver oil as a substitute.
Isn't cod liver oil disgusting?
Olive oil.
I mean, it is, but a lot of people are just used to drinking it because we just all had it as kids. To be fair, I still take cod liver oil because I don't eat fish, so I need to get those omega-3 acids somehow. Ignore the irony of the fact I literally just went to a sushi place for my birthday while I hate fish.
Sushi place in Poland, okay.
Yeah. It was really, really good, but it had fish, and I hate fish. Anyway, it was such a giant tangent. We said we were ending the show like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, that's the end of the show. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, remember to subscribe, like, whatever. And we'll see you all in whatever we make next. Be it a cooking stream or whatever else. So goodbye, everyone. Just goodbye.